very, very nice. Oh, chop suey, beef steak, empty, all on my plate. I do like sayote and bitter gourd here in the Philippines. You don't get it back in the UK, but helps my diabetes immensely, lowers the sugar levels and lowers my cholesterol level. And I like it with malunggay.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
Today, I'm going to look at and talk about the Jeepneys. It's the 28th of December today, and in 3 days' time, Jeepneys will need to be part of a franchise or to be consolidated for them to turn around and ply their trade on the road as a PUV. And the franchise and the consolidation is part of making sure that the Jeepneys are safer to use.
Swing those hips around, can't stop, roll back down, my ladies, short, tall, thin or wide.
They're more healthy on the environment. They don't release so many carbon dioxides. It also helps the Jeepney drivers to have a regulated job, which DAVAO, which is the Department of Labour and Employment, is pushing heavy so that these Jeepney drivers get medical benefits, they get pension benefits, they get the support that they need, because at the moment the majority of Jeepney drivers are all self-employed.
Always down and ready to ride.
And they're a law unto themselves, really. So there's a group in Manila called Piston, which is fighting for to stop the government implementing these changes.
One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time.
But I was reading some bits and bobs over the last couple of days. Only 41% of Jeepney drivers have complied with registering as a franchise, or registering with a franchise, or registering as a consolidated Jeepney group. And that means today there's a big report in Manila that there's a mad rush for them to turn around and register themselves, because the Jeepney drivers believed that the government wouldn't turn around and wouldn't turn around and go through with it. They would extend it like they have done for about a year. So now the government have turned around and said, you've had your 6 months grace, you've had your second 6 months grace, and we're coming to the end of 2023. As of January the 1st, if you're not consolidated and you're not part of a franchise and you don't have that registration documentation, they're going to take away your vehicle. And it's all about the vehicles that have been on the road for 10 years and more. All the vehicles that are underneath that 10 years, they do comply with emissions and engines and stuff like that, but everything on a Jeepney is uncontrolled. The assembly of it, the fabrication of it, the build of it. You go to these guys in the back streets, they'll build you a Jeepney, no problems at all. They'll put in a Nissan engine or a Toyota engine or a tractor engine, and off you go. I was reading that the Department of Transport has said that once you are consolidated and once you have a franchise, that they will issue you a special permit so that you can ply your trade on additional routes. Because at the moment, a Jeepney gets a license to travel from, say, Cebu to Davao. That's the only thing I can turn around and say. I can't name streets and roads and stuff like that. And they're called Route 1, Route 2, Route 5, Route 15, Route 20. Or it's going to be from Cebu to Davao, or it's going to be from Davao to Tagum. And they ply that road. They're not allowed to go anywhere else. They can only travel on that route. That's the only route they can do. Now, under the new rules coming out on January the 1st, the DOT, Department of Transport, has turned around and said, if you are franchised and you are regulated as a consolidation, they will issue a permit so you can actually ply your trade on a second route and run on a second route, which means you could turn around and go Davao to Tagum or Davao to Digos. And I think that's good. That will alleviate some of the pressure and the grief and the hassle that people are all turning around and saying is going to happen because there's not going to be enough Jeepneys on the road. But it's one of those horrible flour eggs that taste of nothing. But there'll always be a reason why Jeepney drivers don't want to do what they're doing. And it's about change, really. It will benefit the people of the Philippines. They are iconic. They've been around since the Second World War. And the Second World War finished 70 years ago. And nobody's actually wanted to update the Jeepney. They just turn around and make it look like a Jeepney and just build these things and put fabrication on them. The new ones that they're turning around, I've done a couple of vlogs on this one, the new ones are about 200 to 250,000 peso. They're about 250,000 peso. They're modern, convenient, AC'd, but they don't have that iconic Jeepney look. But they're safer, drier, and you can control the money, because it's very, very difficult to control a Jeepney driver regarding taxation and how much he earns, because no receipts are given. There's no record of the transactions and how many passengers have travelled on that person's Jeepney or in that person's Jeepney. And the franchise or the rental is paid to somebody that owns the Jeepney. You just drive it, but it's all cash in hand. And as we know, lots of people don't like cash in hand. Well, they love cash in hand jobs, but they don't want to pay the tax. So it's coming. Slow down the movement of people. Are there going to be huge vacuums of no transport, or are certain Jeepney drivers going to benefit greatly because they're going to increase their trade? Time will tell, really. So I'm looking forward to the 2nd of January and the 3rd of January to see what happens with the Jeepneys. are there going to be loads of jeepneys pulled over on the side of the road and impounded? Government could be very, 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 very busy. But I'm going to go and have a look at the whiskey factory. It's a place over here that opened just before Christmas. I'm going to go and have a look at that today. Take care.
Break free of history. This train is racing straight